Oh yeah. Weird. Italian supremacy.
Hurts. In there somewhere that I'm not.
Hi.
I know.
It'll be okay, Holly.
Yes, it'll all be okay.
Can't watch
Welcome,
YouTube
everybody,
this
to the
way.
Renegade Realm Podcast, episode 63. I'm so excited to be here. 999, which is exactly what the Nazis said when Indiana Jones punched them 3 times.
Woohoo!
999. There we go. There we go. So, hey, and that's an Xbox game. Don't forget it. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Look at that. We got Toxic Buttwind, who I've been waiting my whole life to say that out loud. Thank you so much for allowing me to do that. I really appreciate it. Arcane, Andrew Cullinane, Yadani Gazada. Colt, my brother Colt is here. C. Steph said, oh, wow, I'm finally on time. Let's see. Toxic, I am subbed, he says. Yes, thank you so much, Toxic Buttwind. That is amazing. Were you, I swear, if Toxic Buttwind is the one, okay, you didn't give me 2,000, but that's fine. I really appreciate you. Toxic Buttwind. I can't stop saying it. I love it. I love it so much. American Fury, what's up, man? American Fury, you're becoming someone that I am just enjoying seeing so much all over the place. So thank you guys so much. I'm joined by, of course, the illustrious group of people, the panel of all panels. It's okay, Holly, don't cry. It's okay. It's okay. We're joined by Holly, that blue number. Go ahead, Holly. What's up, Holly?
I wish I had a stock account so I could sub on my second account. So just a suggestion, if anybody has a second account, they should go sub, because we are very, very close, but he's worked very hard to have very, very many more than just 1,000. So this is just the beginning for
thank you,
Mr. Red Wolf. But
You should
hi.
refresh. You should refresh.
Me?
Don't
Did it.
interrupt my intro for this. No, I'm kidding.
You son of a
kidding.
bitch!
He did it. Good job, Brad. Congratulations.
Did I
we
do
hit
it?
1,000?
Yay!
Wow, I can't see it. Let me
I was at
refresh. Oh,
1,000.
that's why you said refresh. Now I'm an idiot. I'm an
I
idiot.
have, so fun fact, I have not been subscribed to the channel up until this point.
You son of a bitch.
Serious?
I thought about that before the show started. I thought, I was like, this, I probably said something to offend him, like calling him an Italian supremacist. And then he waited till this moment to do the thing that he just did.
You should refresh again.
No. Okay, fine. Well, I can't. It's hard for me to see. Everyone in chat, thank you all so much for being here. Palpatine, I see you. Greg E3 Egg, I saw you in chat last night. You said, "I've done it. I've done it," and I fist bumped you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Let me refresh. Why am I refreshing again? Why are you making me do this?
Seriously.
You piece of shit. See,
No, not
exactly
you.
No,
not you.
That's exactly what I was waiting for. Someone to be like, "You hit 1,000. Congratulate." Never mind. You're at 998.
Moving on. No, I'm kidding.
Anyway, let us move on. But yes, thank you everyone so much for. Yeah.
That was me. That was
You
me.
piece of shit. That's fine.
I told you I would do it. Why are you so surprised?
I can't tell. Listen, we're a wild gang here. We don't know what's real and what's not. Anyway, who was I going? Holly, tell us, who you are, and where you been. Where you been? I don't know. What you been into? How are you?
Where I've been is my couch because I got the Rona in LA and I've been sick as a mug. Last week when I was here, I think back and it's like delusional. I can't even imagine that I was sitting here. My temperature was like 103 and I had body aches. It was really, really bad. I started feeling better on Saturday night, Sunday, and yeah, I'm better, except I still sound nasally because there's this mysterious ball of phlegm somewhere in the back of my nose that just is hanging out, and I don't know. But that's fun, everybody. You're welcome for all the details.
Please tell us how that works. What was the color?
I don't know, because I can breathe normally. It just, I sound like somebody's pinching my nose in the back.
Peter.
Like I might be a little bit Boston and I might be a little bit New York. I don't know.
Now say Mario.
No!
Oh,
Because it's not a word.
that's where she draws the
that
line. Hey, look who's in chat. Web Dave, what's up, man? Thank you so much for hanging out
Hey,
with us,
Web
brother.
Dave.
I watch your show, but I haven't chatted yet. But I will now. Been subscribed for a good while. You rock, man. Thanks for showing up here, bro. 1K, let's go. Noise says yes. Thank you all so much. Big milestone. And when this episode goes live or unlive, then it'll drop. I promise you. But hell, help me. Share it out to your friends, to your family, to your wife, to your kids, to your ex-wife even. Hey, to your dog, to your cat. Share it out so we can continue. Wow. Okay. I don't have that on my soundboard yet, by the way. Anyway, Holly, I'm glad that you're feeling better. Have you been playing anything?
Yes, because that's all I've been able to do is land to
Good.
play. I've been playing a lot of the new Fallout 76 stuff. That's been cool. And I have been hitting Doom 2016 hard.
I knew you were going to say
Hard. I didn't play it that much to begin with. Like when it first came out, it just didn't hit the right tone. And now it's fantastic. It's such a good game. It's so much fun. So I am finally like on the Doom train and having a good time with it. But today
that's
is
awesome.
Still Wakes the Deep, and that's what I'm gonna play tonight. I can't
I'm
wait.
excited. I'm excited for that. I thought about going New Zealand just to try it last night, but I was like, I'm so tired, I can't even think straight. So I waited. So yeah, I saw you playing it, and I was like, oh my god, Holly's playing Doom. Assassin has been playing Skyrim. Now all I need to see is DeMarco playing Starfield, and then I can be like, everyone has done.
No, I've been playing something else.
Okay, DeMarco, what have you been playing, man?
I've been playing Cyberpunk.
Yo, shit. Okay.
Hey! For the first time?
Hey, no, well, no, not for the first time. No. But I've definitely gotten the furthest that I've ever gotten. I just met Pan Am and did her first mission, which I've never gotten that far before. So that's pretty good. But dude, the 2.0 update fixed so much. Like 2.0 update perk system is so much
It's
better.
crazy, isn't it?
Actually fun. It's actually fun to level up my character now and to see little things like, oh, I could do some that are kind of Like I have one of the abilities. It's like when you zoom in with a pistol, you get focus for a couple seconds, and then you get bonuses for the focus. And that one feels kind of like but I have it. But there's others like when you could start doing the boost, then jump, then you get the cyberware that lets you do a double jump and then boost again, and you
dash
just, like,
forward. Yeah.
like you're just literally like a puppy on steroids. On steroids, probably not on steroids. No, on
That worked. Cocaine.
ADHD train. Yeah, there you go.
You
Thank
can
you.
say
That's
you can
the
say it.
drug I was
Yeah.
looking for.
This is a cocaine-friendly podcast.
Wonderful, wonderful. So
Yeah.
that's so much fun. And what makes cocaine is what I'm talking. And what makes it so much fun is the way they. Well, I say makes it so much fun. What made such a massive difference is the way they updated the map. Because now that the map doesn't show every single NCPD and every single this and every single little micro thing you could find here, and it's just. And I watched Gopher's vids. He did an explanation and a kind of a review of 2.0, and he said it feels much less like a Ubisoft collectathon and more just like you're finding these things organically because they only show up when you get close to them. And I had no idea how much, as someone who obsessively and compulsively finds every single little side item there is, and that's often why I get bored of open world games, because I can't help myself. I go, oh, but that thing, oh, but that thing, oh, but that, and I point at every little do them, and it's all boring crap that I get bored of very quickly, and I stop playing the game entirely. But they removed that from my little goldfish brain, so now I can focus. Instead of being like a toddler with a new pack of crayons, I feel like an adult with a sophisticated brain reading psychology. And
But the counterpoint to that,
I like
though,
really
is
smart
that
brain stuff.
I did all of the side stuff before that update, right? My first playthrough. And, like, you had to do it to get the achievement. So if I couldn't see it on the map, that would drive me nuts, because I'd be like, what is all this stuff? Because, like, I am the person who is the same thing as you. Like, well, I have to go do this, and I have to go check off everything in this area, because then there's an achievement for that, and then blah, blah, blah. So if I couldn't just see it, or, like, have the option to unlock a portion of a map, like, go pick up something that would show me all of those, then I'd be like,
Counterpoint, achievements are stupid.
they are on PC, but they're not on console.
It hits different on console. It does.
No,
PC, I don't care.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand achievement hunting. I do get it. But ideally, I don't know, maybe there's an option to sort of show all or hide and do it contextually, which that would be a great setting to have. However, I highly recommend even Bethesda look at how Cyberpunk did their skill trees and how they did their map design.
Yeah, totally.
And use that as a benchmark, because especially their skills, my complaint even before Starfield came out was that it's not fun to get a skill that says, oh, you do 10% more damage.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm getting that because I'm finding better gear or because I am leveling up that associated skill. I don't want to spend a perk point that's supposed to be this exciting thing to do more damage. That's not interesting. They did it with Skyrim, they did it with Starfield, and hopefully they break that. I don't think they will, but I'm hoping. Listen, if Todd Howard comes out tomorrow and says, hey, if DeMarco starts making content, then we'll consider doing that. I'll make videos every day until Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. But
I'm so happy for you that you jumped into one of the biggest RPGs, a comeback story. I love you for that. Love that for you. Speaking of love, Yadani Kazada, thank you so much, bro. He dropped a $10 super chat. He says 1,000 pennies to celebrate 1,000 subs. Assassin needs a camera. Okay, that's one. Holly is wonderful. That's two. DeMarco is Italian. Ted is a sexy icon. Thank you. And hi to Noise Mofo, Greg E3 Egg, and the usuals. Thank you so much, bro. I really, really appreciate that. And thank you all so much for all the support over almost 2 years of doing this. Really started ramping up content in the past few months, and it's definitely paid off. So if you're new here to the podcast, say hello in chat. Come out of the shadows. Come out of the shadows. Say hello. But don't do it too quickly. You might scare someone. But seriously, thank you all so much for the support. All the big supporters like Lotus and Yodani and Colt and whoever else I'm forgetting. Jonas, especially. There's Jonas in chat. He's everything that you see here. Jonas has created. So we wouldn't have a show without him. So thank you all so much. And Assassin, you were playing Skyrim. Yeah?
You were stalking me, but yes, I was playing Skyrim.
Yeah, I was.
This motherfucker, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something real quick.
I gotta check up on my son.
I was getting Skyrim ready. I was getting Skyrim ready to stream, and I did stream last night, as I have been doing the past few days. Then all of a sudden, I get a message on Xbox, and I see Red say, "I'm so proud of you." I'm like, "Are you stalking me, or what the? That's random." And I tried to get him to talk last night because I wanted to get his thoughts on, Skyrim, and what mods he would recommend once I'm done with my vanilla playthrough. But he's like, "No. I have a bedtime. I gotta go drink my warm milk and go to sleep."
I did with Michael.
But yeah, I've been playing Skyrim. I've been playing Siege, and I've been streaming almost every night the past few nights. I figured out what I'm gonna do, by the way. I'm gonna stream at night, and then Thursday and Friday, I'm gonna take clips from those streams and put it into a video that I can probably put out Saturday or Sunday. I don't know why, but that thought just hit me. And then as I was talking with my Rainbow Six Siege squad after we were done with our last match that night, they were like, "Why don't you do that?" It gave me the idea, so yeah. I know what I'm gonna do now, guys. I know what we're gonna do today.
What you gonna do?
Get a face cam.
No.
Get a camera.
Will you stop? What the
1,000 subs meant Assassin gets a camera.
That's what it was.
No.
When we hit 1,000 subs.
No, actually.
You get a camera.
When we hit 1,000 subs, Red takes off his hat. Take off the hat.
I did say that, but I'm telling you that when the show ends, I'm gonna go back down to $9.99.
Buy a Zora!
So then we get to do it all over again next week, right?
Exactly, and then I just
Yes.
keep taking my hat off. No, I will. I'm not afraid to take off my hat. I mean, I guess I can. Before I do that, thank you so much, Lotus, for the the hippo transformation. I love that so much. Yeah, Lotus, you were so nice. I will never be taken aback by your generosity. Thank you so much for $50 super chat. You rock, Lotus. Thank you so much. You've changed a lot. I don't want to get too into it, but you've done so much. Thank you so much. On the description, sorry, my eyes are bad. Solitech? Soltech. Is there an eye there? My eyes are so bad. Soiltech?
Yeah, there's an eye. Soiltech.
Yes. Solitech says it says 1K subs on the description. Good. Okay. Yeah. Great. Fantastic. And hey, guys, if you end up staying throughout the entire show, or hey, if you end up leaving in the middle of the show, that's fine. Try to come back and just leave a comment. Doesn't matter what it says. It could say nothing. It could just be an emoji of the middle finger. That'd be great because it really helps the channel, because YouTube algorithm is changing a lot lately, and apparently that's the new fun thing, leaving a comment. I don't even have to ask you guys to hit the like button, because every time that I see how many people are in chat, usually it matches the like button. So thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. Okay. You know what I didn't ask? Let's talk about this. Elden Ring. Elden Ring is... Yeah? Holly, do you like Elden Ring?
I love Elden Ring. It's
Oh,
like
shit.
my top. It's
Okay.
like my top third or fourth game of all time.
Okay.
I love
we're
the
Can't be
impression.
right.
fantastic. We're right there together then. That's amazing. Okay, what I couldn't find was pre-order numbers, because I'm sure that's not like an easy thing to find. But just from the reviews of Shadow of the Erdtree DLC Elden Ring, for Elden Ring, it should still be at a 95 right now. So now it's officially broken the record for highest rated DLC of all time, beating out. It already beat The Witcher 3 whenever it won a ton of awards at the Game Awards and whatnot. Now
Blood and Wine, right?
Blood and Wine, right? So now it's even above that. which is crazy. And how many Xbox reviews? 3. It's fine. But anyway, I didn't realize that the DLC was actually like straight up like 40. It's $40, right? And then the premium pre-order is 50.
Yes.
So from what we're hearing, this isn't just like a little expansion. It's like a whole ass game. And that
It's
got
like
me even more
35
excited.
hours minimum. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a whole game, and I was like, that makes sense. It's $40, and I think even Assassin, correct me, please. Tell me how wrong I am. That the director said that this is it, right? It's just this one big expansion. They worked really hard on it, and they wanted to just expand the world, and then that's it. That's it. But they didn't just drop
if I
a little.
remember correctly, that is what Miyazaki said. He's just going to do Shadow of the Earth Tree, and then they're going to move straight into their next project, which completely unrelated, but also still related. Miyazaki does not consider Elden Ring his masterpiece. By the way, he said, "Yeah, my job's not finished." Like, dude, you created one of the best video games probably ever made, and you're telling me you're not satisfied? Like, he said it himself. He has not made his ideal fantasy RPG. I'm like, dude, if Elden Ring is not it, then what the fuck is? And can we see it soon, please? It's been, what, 2 years since Elden Ring came out? Now we're just getting the expansion. So maybe it's a little bit further along than we want? Or hope for? I don't know. I just think that, well, Elden Ring, Game of the Generation, I did not beat it, and I tried to get back into it instead of Skyrim, I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't realize that the disc was broken. I don't know how that happened, so I pre-ordered Elden Ring again with the Shadow of the Earth Tree DLC baked in, so I'll be picking that up on Friday. So I can't wait to be tarnished again, and again, and again. I'm gonna die a lot, aren't I?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yes. I actually loaded it up like 10 minutes before we started the show just to feel, because like in my mind you get whenever you play
lose
the
it,
game,
man.
Yeah, it's crazy when
You
you're
lose
playing
it.
that game every single day for I think I have like 122 hours on this one playthrough. In my mind I'm like, I got so good, like I was dodging, I was feeling it, and I'm like, I'm just gonna because I have New Game Plus, and I just saved like a year ago. And I just said, I'm just going to stop right at the very beginning of the game to save my game and come back to it when the time comes. And I jump in there, I'm just getting tossed all over the place. I'm like, I thought I was strong, Dad. But no, I'm not. My character's strong. I suck right now. So I'm trying to get into it. And this is like one game that I cannot hit that level of FOMO. Because it's once in a lifetime. Elden Ring was a phenomenon, and I'm not gonna not play this. And listen, how many people can play at once? Is it 3 still?
I'm pretty sure it's 4, isn't it, Holly? I think the co-op, they bumped it up to 4.
But you can only
At
do
least in
co-op and
PvP?
bosses.
No. No, so you can only do co-op
Co-op, I
if
think,
there's
is
a boss
2.
available in the area.
Right. You can't just co-op
Ah.
campaign. Except
you-
there's a
that
mod. I
makes-
just
saw that
read
too.
today though that there is a mod that you can play the entire thing co-op for up to 4 people.
Yep.
Maybe. And I was like, we should do that. 'Cause,
Dude,
like,
I would be totally down for doing
Miyazaki
that.
commented on that too.
He did comment
Didn't he
on
say
that.
that he actually appreciated that that
Mhm.
mod?
Yep.
mhm.
He said that the team is not entirely opposed to seamless co-op. It's something that we haven't really thought of, and I'm like, come on, man. Like,
Well, you just do the mod now. Like, who wants to wait for them to do it at this point?
right.
Can you
I just,
imagine his next game, all 4 of us just co-oping between
That'd be
console
so
and
much
PC
fun.
in his next game? That'd be great.
Oh,
I-
next game.
It
Yeah.
really,
next game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
next
really
game.
changes some of the design philosophy, though. That's always my fear when games are like, we're gonna go multiplayer, because or
Okay,
co-op,
that's
rather.
fair.
Mhm.
Because then you have to think about how, like, what makes the bosses in these games so special, and it's because their movesets are designed around there being one person.
One.
And I know that they have the summons, and I know that you could summon people to help you, and even in Elden Ring, I forget what you have, the ashes that you can call.
The
to get
finger.
People,
Oh yeah. For your
well,
summons,
to get
yeah.
the ghost.
Yeah.
Get the ghost to help you.
Oh.
So I know that that's always been a thing, but it's still designed to just smash and obliterate that one guy. So I always get a little bit personally hazy of that when they say we're gonna, because I think of, my mind goes to Gotham Knights actually, and you think about like the boss fights in the Arkham games, and then you think of the boss fights in Gotham Knights, and I know that you guys all liked Gotham Knights, and I'm in the minority here, but I just they none of them.
I haven't
reached
played
the
it yet.
quality
Yeah, I
of-
didn't.
None of them reached the quality of what the Arkham.
Yeah, Red's the
boss
only
fights
Gotham
were.
Knight simp here in DeMarco.
I am.
Oh, I
love that
thought Holly
series.
really liked it too.
I didn't play it.
God, it's Arkham Knight.
Never mind then.
I watched people play it, and I was like, I'm good. That's not for me.
I didn't play it either.
It's so raw. Oh, I don't want to go tangent about Batman right now, but Jonas says, while we're on the topic of Elden Ring, Jonas says, question for the panel: what's y'all's builds in Elden Ring? Holly, are you a magic user?
No,
You're
I
a big hammer
got.
swinging motherfucker, aren't you?
I had the Bloodhound Fang, and I kept it the whole time. I loved
Oh.
it. It was fun. I don't know. I usually do like a strength dex build, and that was kind of
Yes.
where I stood and stayed. And I tried to start a second character recently that was magic, and I was just like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm like, I don't even know how to play
Exactly.
these. I don't.
Exactly.
like-
You're just sitting there like, you're like, I want to get in there.
I know. And then I'm like, I feel like this little pebble isn't doing anything. you
Right,
know?
exactly,
Like-
Magic
That's so
builds in
true.
Elden Ring. I will say I've seen gameplay of those excessive magic builds, and holy shit, they're insane.
They're very
Being able to
good,
throw
but like,
lightning?
If I had a
getting
nickel,
there is the problem, though. Like,
If I-
how do
if
I,
I had a
get from
nickel-
my pebble?
for every time that I summon someone in front of a boss door and they show up and they do this, and I'm like, oh shit, they're gonna blow a Kameo wave through this boss, and they just show up, and you guys have seen it. Everyone in chat, you know what I'm talking about. This motherfucker shows up and just blasts a Kameo wave out of his eyeballs and just destroys the boss, and I'm sitting there like, oh, well, thanks. See you later, and the boss just dies, and I'm like, I guess I'll just go on to the next thing now. But,
I will say, can I just tell you for a second? I have been watching. One of the greatest things to do is to watch Call of Duty streamers play Elden Ring, because they've been all playing Elden Ring right in advance of the, and like, dude, watching like Dr. Disrespect, who really killed it. Like he killed Melania in like 7-8 tries. That was it. Like he
That's
got her.
wild.
I don't know. I was shocked. But but he also played when the game first came out and like really took his time and like built his character and all that stuff, right? But like Tim the Tat Man is trying to play it, and I'm watching him, and he's like, I don't have time to do anything else. And he's just trying to mainline the bosses. He's like, I have to do this boss and this boss and this boss and this boss, and then like trying in between to go and get like a little bit of upgrade here, a little bit of upgrade there, but doing nothing extra. And I'm just like, oh my god, it's so funny, because these guys just don't like play these kinds of games, right?
They're like, I just go and do and just hit and hit the button,
Yeah,
and
but
they
then
don't
I'll go-
just telling you how to
understand,
play this
right?
game.
Yeah.
And then you watch them die repeat, like him in particular, just keep dying repeatedly. He's on the fire giant, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, it's so funny to watch. It's so bad.
Not just the Call of
I
Duty
love that.
community, a bunch of Siege streamers are actually doing the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. You know that Jinxie, he's one of the more popular, more recent Siege streamers. He actually saw this when I was streaming on Twitch before I started. He had like 60,000 viewers watching him for Elden Ring, which I think is one of his
Mm-hmm.
most top viewed streams since he's been on the platform. So yeah, the hype for Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree is just, it's insurmountable. So many people are jumping back in, and so many people are trying it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, earlier I think last month, they announced that it sold like 25 million copies.
Mm-hmm.
Just lifetime. Again, I don't know if you remember this, Red. Do you remember Bandai Namco's expectations for Elden Ring? Sales
No.
when it came out?
Remind me.
They thought
Like
it would only
Nickelback.
sell 4 million copies in 12 weeks, in 3 months.
Oh,
Wow. Wow. Were they surprised?
Even
To
with
say that it, yeah.
well, it got like it was hitting the sweet spot at the time that they were getting ready to release it because it was tied to George R. R. Martin, right? And that was when Game of Thrones was huge and kind of starting to wind down, right? It was at the end of Game of Thrones and people just knew his name like crazy. So I think that helped draw a lot of people in to begin with. And then,
You forgot
the
the
game
most
just-
important part, Holly.
what?
The most important part about Elden Ring and why it was so successful, it launched right next to Horizon.
Why would that
Damn
make it
Horizon
successful?
curse.
Oh,
A Horizon curse.
okay.
Whatever
Alright.
game is released right next to Horizon, it ends up being a smash hit. Red, you're
So
looking
what-
at me like
right,
I don't
that's
know what I'm
right,
talking about.
yeah.
Remember Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
What
right.
It launched right
what did you build? Sorry, I want to hear your other builds too. Sorry, not just mine. Like DeMarco, you've been quiet. Did you play it? And did you finish it?
I've never finished it. No, I've never really played far enough to understand the types of builds available. So, I've never found the super unique cool weapons that might define your build. Besides just your basic sword, I've never learned how the magic system properly works or gotten cool spells to even use to begin with. I just haven't gotten that far into it. I think the farthest I got to was there's a boss kind of on a bridge, and I believe he has, not that this is going to be unique to Elden Ring bosses, but I believe he has many arms. And
It's Margit,
I don't remember his name.
Target the
He's
Margit.
one of the first.
which is the
Right, as
first
soon as-
big boss.
Yeah, as soon as you walk on that bridge,
Story
he's just like,
boss.
fuck you, and just jumps at you with, yeah, it's great. It's a great time.
Yep, and I killed
Yep.
him, and I never turned it on again. After beating it.
Were you like, I'm going to go on a high
surprised.
note, I did it, I'm done?
I feel like this is your kind of game.
I
Guys.
don't have. I love it because it's a third-person game that involves this strategy where you actually need some level of tactic, thinking, and skill. And as anybody who knows anything about me knows, I love that. I lose interest very quickly in games when it's sort of just turn your brain off and go through and bing, bing, bang, boom, boom. There's certain titles I like it, like the Arkham games. They're kind of like that. You just sort of shut your brain off and then punch a bunch of thugs, and it's a good time. But
Yeah.
generally, I like things that make you think a little bit more. Souls games are one of them. Souls games have always been sort of at the point on that curve. I want to put them herbs.
Curve?
Herbs. It's on the point of the curve where it's tactical and then frustrating, right? And the more like you have to have a balance of both, and this one leads more towards the frustrating side of it for me. The frustrating side.
Oh, the frustration cure.
Build, so in general, DeMarco, if you could build your character the way you wanted, what would you do? Or do you just like dual wield? Do you like the big
Well, the
sword
thing
with
is-
a giant shield, or
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing is, I always prefer in most games, I always prefer a traditional sword and board type character. I like conceptually the idea of playing the super speedy, dual-wielding badass, and I'm going back and forth and stab, and then I move and stab. Like, I love the concept of that, and then I never do well playing as those types of characters because I'm not patient enough, and I like to just be able to go in, take a massive hit, and then just whomp something hard. But I also don't like using gigantic weapons that feel like I'm lifting a fucking house to smack one hit on a guy, and it takes
10
30
minutes later.
seconds to get to remove. And
Right.
I also hate that. So the middle ground of that would be play sword and board, because you could get some good swings at your sword, and then you
it
have
sounds like to me that he'd
Yes.
be good as a rogue. I don't know about you, Red. It sounds like he'd be good for the rogue.
Well, the thing is,
rogue
I think
class.
so for me, because when you say, okay, I particularly like playing as a melee-centric build with maybe a little bit of magic. for like any game that I have an option to choose, because it's the same reason that I like playing as a human in games where you have a choice to be a different race, because I like experiencing the world where other things are different than I am instead of me being the one that's different. So like I'm fighting a bunch of mages as a melee character, like your typical movie hero that's just jumping and dodging blasts and stuff like that, but you're somehow surviving because you're the chosen one. That's me. So I don't know if that speaks to what you mean, DeMarco, where you're like, I like to be more traditional. I don't know. But yes, I love that. I love that. Assassin, what are you again? Did you already tell us what your build is in Elden Ring?
I mean, it's been so long since I played Elden Ring. That's why I was trying to get back into it this week. But I'm just the traditional. I'm just the traditional conservative. Just hack and dodge. Just normal shield and sword build. I don't really like to do anything crazy. I don't know what it is about Souls games. I just prefer to be basic. And if I don't beat the boss that way, then I didn't win. I don't like using summons. I don't like additionally using magic unless it's to heal. But other than that, I'm just a casual, just sword and shield guy. Not really anything in particular. Okay. Maybe if I get more into it, maybe I'll look into something else. But yeah, that's just me.
Okay, well that's allowed. You're allowed to do that. Okay, so it's breaking records just with reviews so far. You remember Starfield when it came out and it had like a 90? I remember that. And then people started playing it and shat all over it. Do you think that's going to happen here with Elden Ring, where people get their hands on it, they get mad at it? I can't do this. Ugh! Ugh!
I mean,
and then they shit all over it.
25 million potential players.
You need to
not
the frustration.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, it helps with the frustration.
It does. Thank you. So, Holly, do you think people are gonna do all over the all over the PP? That's not what
No.
All over the tree, the turd tree. Are they gonna take the Erd and make a turd?
No, I think the scores are coming in super high. It's going to be amazing. I don't think that they would risk the reputation of the game, even, you know what I mean, releasing something that's subpar. The thing that I think burned a lot of people, or will burn them, because a lot of them don't read Twitter, is that you have to have beaten Radon and Moog to do this DLC. And it was something like 80% of people they've probably beat Radon. Probably a lot of them have, because he's pretty early. But yeah. Moog is deep in there, and he's hard to find. And if you didn't beat Moog, you can't do the DLC. Because if anybody's seen that giant seed pod thing behind him with
the hand.
Which is, I'm pretty sure it's Melena's arm, the queen, the one from the I'm pretty sure it's her arm. And so you have to touch that, right, to start the DLC. So people who haven't been paying attention, I think, are going to be like, why can't I do it? Like, they won't be able to find it. They won't know what's going on, right? There has to be something that leads you to that. And so it'll be really interesting to see what happens. And I hope, like, my character and yours too, since you started New to Game Plus, like,
yep.
I beat the Elden Beast, right? Like, I finished the game. I did not start a New Game Plus, but I left my character there. So I'm hoping that if you went and beat the Elden Beast, because if you've ever gone back to Lindell after, like, the city's just covered in ash, all the enemies are gone. Spoiler alert. But I hope that you can access all this stuff if you beat the mainline game.
And I think that's what a lot of people... Yeah, because the game is... I mean, FromSoft is notorious for having games that just don't tell you what to do. And they're like, you've been in it for so long, you should just know. And then that's whenever you go on Reddit and people are like, well, see, all you have to do is you have to go down to the bottom of the river and throw a blueberry into the hole that's shaped like an acorn. And then you can take your magic sword out and stick it into the air. And people are like, I just want to play the game. I don't know why you're screaming at me. Like I'm screaming at the chat right now.
Find that secret prompt in that sarcophagus that was in the corner of this one dungeon. Yeah.
It's exactly what it is. Exactly.
And you already beat 3 hours ago?
Mm-hmm.
3 hours? What is it?
No, I was just going along with Holly's bit.
You already beat 3 hours ago, way back in the other room. That's probably closed now. Like, yeah, it's all that, right?
Colt Eastwood says,
amazing.
Elden Ring,
I love it.
Colt says, Elden Ring takes no skill according to Zocker. That's because Zocker's on PC and he's going into console commands and going hashtag God mode or whatever it is. Sorry, I probably just triggered all the PC players. Wait, it's not hashtag. It's console command. You just type in God, right? Isn't that how that works, DeMarco? Doesn't work for every game.
Doesn't it depend on the game?
Yep. But
We all have 4.
I wonder what Zocker
The game
thinks
every time.
about Phil Spencer's take on on Elden Ring. All right.
Mikola,
yeah.
thank you, Jonas.
/ Yes, thank you. Yes, Jonas says Mikola. Yes. Greg says Mog is pretty late game. Jonas says, from what I've heard, if you've not beaten Mog, you're not going to have a good time with the DLC anyway. That's right, because you're going to jump in there low level, which I'm on New Game Plus, and you said you are too, Holly. So you're pretty high level.
I finished my full playthrough. I just didn't start a New Game Plus. I just left him at the round table.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
At the end,
don't you-
past.
So I know you have to beat Mog, but don't you also have to beat Radon too?
Yeah, but Radon's
There were 2
early.
requirements.
Yeah.
Yeah, Radon's very early.
Which one is Radon?
Oh, okay.
Is that the
General
desert?
Horse.
The giant
the
guy on the little
gravity
tiny
magic.
horse.
Turns himself into a meteor halfway through the fight.
Wait,
with the
hang
big-
on. Is this like the amazing, like unforgettable boss battle where you team up with other? You can team up with other
Yes,
people,
there's all those summons
and
everywhere.
you run
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I'll
As
never,
soon as you
Yeah.
spawn, you get whacked by arrows
Oh,
from him,
man.
or like, yeah, you
I
have to
will never
run.
forget that as long as I live, because you can save the werewolf man, and he will show up there and be like, "Thank you for saving me." And you're
Yes,
like,
live.
"Werewolf man, you're
Yeah.
here."
The
Yeah.
master.
Oh, I was so happy.
And,
yeah.
and Alexander the Jar and all these other
Jar.
people you meet in the game. There's a whole bunch of them that you do meet.
Yes, and they're just like, charge! And this is big motherfucker coming in. You're like, holy shit.
And they die, and you can go respawn them.
Yes. I'll never forget that as long as I live. That was like one of the great, and the music from Soft, oh my god. Yeah, I'll never forget that as long as I live. That
The
was
best
amazing.
part
Wow,
was
that they'd be streaming on Friday.
after you kill him, and the meteor comes and breaks the hole in the ground, and you get that whole underground city because of the meteor that fell.
The
Game was
beautiful,
ridiculous.
like, night
Starred,
underground air.
yeah.
It was so,
And
it
it's
doesn't
like-
make any sense, but it's just, yeah.
And it's
Wait,
a
there's an
piece
underground
of
city?
all of the other pieces underground.
Right,
There's
exactly.
like, yeah,
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
so good.
I stayed
So this is
inside the
part where I
castle
say I didn't
forever.
even-
Huh? Yeah, go ahead, Assassin. Say what
What's
you're
up?
gonna say.
I didn't even get. I didn't even
Hey,
get
Assassin?
to Radon's boss fight. Now I know how it ends.
Assassin?
He's here. You can't hear him?
No, I can. I'm just messing with him. Assassin, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I didn't even know that. So Radon breaks open a hole to an underground city. I did. Again,
Radon
the
is-
last boss fight that I remember was Godfrey. That was my last boss.
Oh, Godfrey.
Oh, you have a
Oh, man.
long ways to go, bro.
Bro, listen.
I know. Why do you
I need a
think I wanted to
team.
get back into it,
Jonas
and
is
I
like,
will
I'm
do
gonna...
it on Friday when I pick it up.
Jonas
Oh,
said,
that's
it's okay,
right.
DeMarco.
You broke your disc.
Yeah, I know.
There will be
That's
more
why I said,
topics.
okay. Shit.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Got
you know
more
what? You're
topics
right.
to talk about.
I was responding to somebody on Twitter talking about the value of DLC. So I'm
Okay, that's fine.
occupied.
You're a busy man. I
Oh.
get it. I get it. Needless to say, I'm really excited for Elden Ring, and honestly, it's the closer it gets, like in the back of my mind, I've been like, I'll play it or whatever, and then like the closer it gets, I'm like, oh my god, this is really happening, and it's gonna be a whole new playthrough for me too. So hey, maybe we can all, that can be a thing. I don't know. We've tried to play games together, and it's just hard because life. But anyway, any other thoughts on Elden Ring?
I'll be streaming it on Friday.
It's a pretty cool game. I liked in the early days when they were promoting about. I liked that they were promoting like George R.R. Martin was helping with it, and then whenever they interviewed George R.R. Martin about it, he just turned around. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, I went in and I did like a couple things, and that was it."
Yeah,
he was so passive about his actual involvement on the project. Like
I think they paid him for his name,
or he literally did nothing.
Yes,
I genuinely believe he did. He's just
it seems.
Yeah, I came in. He's like, I talked about the world for 20 minutes, and then that was it. That was it.
Honestly,
they paid me a lot of money. It was great.
I think that
they got the return on investment for that.
For sure, because it was every trailer from the world by George R.R. Martin, and I'm like, I know, but I bet you anything that he came in as a consultant to sort of shape and sculpt the world that they already had in mind, to sort of him be like, no, that doesn't make any sense. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this marble and turn it into a square, and that way it can stay still because the race of characters, I don't know, whatever. But I think that that's really more or less what it was, not him creating it from the ground up, because it has such FromSoft's DNA in it with the lore and everything, which that might also just be in terms of the delivery of everything, because everything is very FromSoft delivered. You walk, like, again, Margit, Assassin, or DeMarco was talking about fighting Margit, where you just walk into a bridge and there's a giant man with 7 arms, and you're like, oh,
and a staff,
and yeah, and you're just like, okay, and then the fight starts. You're like, I don't know what's happening here, but anyway, so.
Or when we're fighting Godfrey and he's like, I command thee kneel, and he absorbs a dragon onto his arm. Like, that doesn't make sense, but it's fun, it's badass, let's do this.
Yeah, Jonas says he basically wrote the family trees and stuff, I think. FromSoft took that and ran with it. That would make sense, yeah, because that is what he is good at, is tying everything together in a little spider web of characters in a narrative, even though it took him 20 years to write his books or whatever. Greg E3 Egg says, is Miyazaki a better director than Kojima?
I think he's more beloved than Kojima right now, at least.
It's different. I think for what they do, that's a really hard to question. Like, Kojima is known for a very specific thing. Miyazaki is known for a very specific thing. And comparing those two are very different, because one is extremely narrative heavy. The other one is not narrative heavy, but the lore is there if you want to find it. And the delivery of both is done really, really well. It's very intentional what FromSoft does with their narrative. So I think that they're both icons for sure at this point, in terms of what they do.
They just do things very differently.
It's better to say that they're best at what they do. Give them one specific, like you said, Red. Kojima is definitely experienced in narration, but Miyazaki is definitely the king of gameplay when it comes to FromSoft games. Or just games in general.
I'll just say, if anybody is actually interested, I saw a couple people say they didn't finish the game because they were just lost. Oh, like Toxic Buttwind. Just like DeMarco is lost under his desk. Yes. There's this guy called Vati Vidya, and he does fantastic lore videos, not for just FromSoft, but he did some really, really detailed, really, really good videos for it that kind of gives you like some background, makes it simple to understand, and kind of makes it interesing. So enough about that, because DeMarco is going to just peace out on us.
I was gonna say okay, so let's just move on. So there was a lot left behind that we didn't get to talk about last week from all the game reveals. Assassin, do you want to take us away? Take me away to the Xbox showcase. What did we not talk about last week? what list do you? I don't know what your list looks like. What didn't we dive into heavily? Assassin was never heard from again. Anyway, all right, well, let's move on to the next topic. So Nintendo Direct. No, no, he might be back. I don't know. He might have just went to the.
I think that we should just go straight to Nintendo Direct. To be honest.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah. I watched the Metroid Prime trailer, and I was really like, "Is this game going like first-person shooter?" I'm not. Not only am I not in the Nintendo atmosphere, whatever. I'm not in that world, but there are a lot of games that Nintendo puts out that it's just not my cup of Joe, if you know what I mean. But I saw the Metroid Prime trailer and it went like first person for a little bit, and then I was like, "What is this? Is this going to be like a hybrid?" So that looked really cool to me. But DeMarco, you seem really excited. You're so excited about this.
Mario!
Mario. Okay.
So much Mario!
I love that. I love that for
Give me some
him.
good Mario stuff.
Okay.
I like Mario. I'm really excited for the, I don't know the names of them. I apologize. Yeah, that's my fault. I'm sorry, I'm Italian.
He can't help it. He's
That's a big
tried.
problem here.
No, he hasn't.
It's got me in a lot of trouble. So I don't remember the name of the two. Well, yeah, the two games that were announced. There's a new Mario Party title, which love Mario Party, one of my favorite games to play with friends. Even though I don't own a Switch, but it's one of those things where anytime I'm hanging out with a person who has a Switch, instantaneously the question is, what can we do Mario Party? I think that it is one of the best Nintendo Switch games that exist, personally, as far as like Nintendo Switch Party games. I think there's other better Nintendo Switch titles. But the new Mario and Luigi game also just looks a lot of fun. It looks beautiful. The moves look completely and utterly over the top and epic and delightful in all the best ways, where they're sort of doing these quadruple flips over shells and then slamming it down, and Mario's doing a spin and with a hammer, and then Luigi bonks him with a hammer. It's hysterical and wonderful. In all the best possible turn-based Mario game ways. And the last one I thoroughly enjoyed was Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Was the last one I remember playing on the Nintendo 3DS. I don't know if it was released for the 3DS. I just have it. So I'm really excited to go back to that. And it's
great.
It's an Italian.
And it's Italian, yeah. So that was your one big takeaway from the Nintendo Direct.
I like to see some of the smaller projects that they had going on, but for me it was those titles specifically. I was hoping for a new Mario Rabbids title.
Me too.
Those are really, really cool, even just conceptually.
Next year.
But unfortunately, I guess that's coming with the Nintendo Switch 2 in never.
Nice. Ooh, look at this. First hate. I think, Dark Wolfie says, Waffle Pone has been talking crap about Red Wolf Army in their live stream. That's amazing. That is, oh my god. I love that so much. I don't know. Maybe he's kidding.
What is
Waffle?
I don't know.
What is
but I love
Waffle
it.
Who the heck is that?
I have no idea.
You already have a rival?
I don't know. There was one guy on Twitter that...
Oh!
Dude, that was hilarious. Dude. So Cody Eastwood posted a clip of me saying the thing that I say when I talk about big IPs, and that's... And if you came here to crap on everyone, don't even bother commenting, because no one wants to hear your negativity. Thanks so much. And he uses that now when people are being just completely ignorant and rude. So he'll just leave that video there. And this one guy went completely sociopath on me and on Colt, and it was hilarious. I loved it so much. So maybe that's him. Maybe he's...
Waffle Pone is that famous kid from The Greatest Freak Out Ever from like 2007. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. From 2007?
I don't know
He's
either.
still alive? I don't know. That's great. But thanks, Wolfie, Dark Wolfie, for jumping in here and hanging out. I really appreciate you guys. But I would love that. I would love if Big Dinna 42069 or whatever the hell his name was would jump in here. Take off your stupid freaking hat, you stupid freaking freaker. I'm going to go clean my room now.
Oh, I get it. Now, Jonas, he said that guy sticking a remote up his ass?
That
Yeah,
makes
I know
more
what he's talking about
sense.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, that one kid.
The
that
guy
said
that
it was
shows
fake.
his remote up his rear end when his mom deleted his WoW account.
Okay.
Yeah, that was staged though.
Let's pause Nintendo
hilarious.
talk and talk about remotes and rear ends. Why the fuck? What? Okay, I need more context. So this kid shoved a remote up his ass.
Fascinating.
This'll show
story.
you, Mom.
Any chance you're nearing the end?
The rear end, am I right, guys?
I'm on
Oh God,
Doug's side.
I did not mean to time it that way.
That was perfect. Thank you. Anyway, we can talk. Did the remote vibrate? Was it like one of those, like, I can't find my TV remote? Was it like one of those? Oh, look, I'm frozen. Hang on. We're good. We're back. We're back. Yeah. Fantastic. This was happening last stream. Anyway, continue. Nintendo.
All right. DeMarco, do you have anything else from the direct, or that was kind of your wishes and
Those were
happies?
yeah, those were my happies and wishes.
Okay. Well,
Assassin.
I think that the assassin should go next.
No, I think I'm a firm believer in ladies first. So we already went to DeMarco. Now, Holly, it's your turn.
Wow.
Trying to be nice and throw it to you. All right.
Oh,
So
that's great.
there were, I don't know if it was just me. I saw online everybody's like, "Oh, this direct was so good," and I hadn't watched it yet, so I went and I watched it, and I was kind of like, a lot of remakes, which is fine. But the ones that did stand out to me was the but it said it was a timed exclusive. There were a few of these that they said timed exclusive.
Can I pause for just 1 second there?
Uh-huh.
How nice was it? I want to just say, like, I have a lot of respect for Nintendo that they weren't just throwing up what Xbox and PlayStation do, where they have their screen that says available on Xbox, and then have people have to look up after the fact, oh, is this coming to like PlayStation? I don't know. Now I have to. And Nintendo just straight up said, no, it's a timed exclusive during.
Because they don't need to play the game, right? Like, yeah.
And it was just
It is
so
nice.
unbelievably refreshing.
But to be fair, I don't know that I've ever heard Nintendo say timed exclusive before.
It did not. This is actually something new for them. I rewatched the last direct
Yeah.
a couple days ago, and they did not use the timed exclusive verbiage that they did for this direct.
Even though there were games
completely
that are definitely timed exclusives, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because the last direct, there were definitely some timed exclusives in there. Because I did look them up, and that's what I do for every showcase, especially Nintendo's. But yeah, I mean, hey, Nintendo did a good job. I do agree with you
Yeah.
on the remakes and remasters train that they were doing. But at the
Mhm.
same time, these are games that not a lot of people really know about.
And Nintendo has
So,
such a catalog that it's fine. Like, you know, it makes sense because they're not doing games that are from 4 years ago. They're doing games that are from 2005 and, right? That kind of thing.
The 1990s, especially.
Yeah.
Like Dragon
yeah.
Quest.
That Marvel versus Capcom thing, that's a whole nother story. But the ones that I liked, besides Hello Kitty, which will be on other things, I thought it was cool that they're adding stuff to Among Us for everyone who plays Among Us. That was nice. The Donkey Kong Country Returns, which is a remake, but still, that's cool because I feel like they don't give enough Donkey Kong love, really. Luigi's
Been 10
Mansion
years.
2. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do enough with Donkey Kong. Luigi's Mansion 2 comes out this month. And then for me, yes, I thought the huge announcement was Super Mario Party Jamboree. You are absolutely right, Marco. Like, it's been forever since Mario Party 8 came out. So to have this Jamboree one, finally, I was really excited. I thought some of the boards looked really, really good. I thought it looked really fun. I'm really excited
I liked the
for it.
mall one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. That one really got with the escalator. So Peach getting on the escalator. Yeah. And then the one right after that, which really I thought looked really good, was The Legends of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, which is the first time you actually play as Zelda in a Zelda
A
game.
female lead in my
Yes.
Zelda game.
Yes.
Yes.
Chance we had.
Zelda, whose name has been in the title since 1987.
Video games really have regressed.
They should have called it they should have called it The Legend of Link, because you play as Zelda.
Yeah, I was bringing it up with my girlfriend because we actually watched the direct when I got home from work, and she and I were both loving the Echoes of Wisdom, like you, Holly, and she was like,
Mhm.
"Wow, this is really cool. You actually get to play as Zelda." I'm like, "Yep." And when we saw the box art, I was like, "Huh, Link's in the background for once." That's gonna take some getting used to. But at the same, I knew that there was gonna be Zelda. I thought it was gonna be the ports of like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, because we have been wanting to play those since I didn't grow up with them. But then Echoes of Wisdom comes on screen. I'm like, oh, not expecting that, but
I like the Echoes thing too. I thought that was really cool. Like how they use those. That's a very Nintendo feature in a game to use something like that.
Exactly. And I also mentioned this beforehand. This is what I like about Nintendo. They take a formula that they themselves are either masters at, or they try to quote-unquote reinvent the wheel without actually reinventing the wheel. They just build on it. They don't take the wheel off just to put a new one on. They just keep repolishing it over and over. I mean, I guarantee that Red would probably agree with me if it said Xbox Game Studios in front of all these games, but well, to each their own.
Listen,
The
Nintendo,
Funko game looked good too.
Nintendo
Like the
is-
Funko game. Come at me,
Yeah.
bro.
This is
Listen,
what
you
this is what he
guys-
does. Every time I confront him about something, he's like, "Well, you see."
Listen,
don't have
because
an
I don't
argument
want to
ready.
hate on Nintendo. It's just that the majority of games that they put out are just like I still think that Pokemon is great. I just don't play it anymore. I think Zelda's awesome, but you know, I played it and I was like, this is really ambitious, and then I turned it off. That's all. I wasn't like, this sucks. This sucks. This sucks more than Waffle Pone's anus did to that remote. And then I tweeted about it.
Okay.
But it's just not for me. Like, the majority of things that Nintendo put out are they're very consistent with, and that's why nothing ever goes on sale, because they're like, kids don't know what prices
said
mean. Kids
majority.
will buy anything. I'm kidding about it. It's just for kids. I'm totally kidding. But
when we were
Yeah.
talking behind the scenes about the topics, I brought up the Nintendo Direct, and he's like, "Oh, Elden Ring and 2025, those are good topics." And I asked him, "Don't want to talk about Nintendo?" It's like, "It's for kids." I just asked,
I
"What
did.
the fuck? What are you talking about?"
And then I said, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I said, it's just not for me. Crippling Debt,
I
what's
almost
up?
about slapped him.
Yeah. Web Dave, thanks so much for still being here, bro. You're a legend. You're a legend. You're a real one in the community, a staple in the community, man. Really appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you to everyone who is still hanging out with us in chat. I really appreciate you. And hey, let me know what you rated. As some people said, there was a Nintendo Direct. What the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, I didn't know about it until I got home, which was like right before the show.
It
Yeah.
was so weird though. Nintendo just, whenever there's a direct, Nintendo usually announces it the weekend before on a Friday, or maybe even a week before. But they weirdly announced it yesterday, just out of the blue, and said, "Oh, Nintendo Direct tomorrow." I'm like, wait a second, that's weird. Don't you give us more heads up? But this time you didn't. Like, what the hell? Great, but oh, weird. Like, I guess Nintendo just likes that weird aspect of theirs. But Holly, what did you think of Metroid Prime 4 though? Finally
I
seeing
don't care.
gameplay and getting a window. You don't care.
I-
God damn.
I know a lot of
I'm
people
the
like
only
those
Nintendo
games.
liker on this podcast.
I
Son of a
just
bitch.
talked about how many games from them that I like, and now just because I don't want to play Samus, you're mad at me? That's
do you not
Hello
like women,
Kitty
Holly?
is not a Nintendo IP.
Yeah, what you don't like female leads in games?
God, it's because she's got a helmet on,
guy.
isn't it?
this guy.
I bet you play as a guy in Elden Ring, not a female.
God. Yeah. All right.
I
all
do
right.
actually.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
There's.
I pick
I've been-
male characters more often than I do women.
So there's okay, chat. I want to know something, chat. I'm gonna put up a poll because I have to know. What do you play as if given? Whoopsie. No, I did it right. A choice. Do you guys play as a male or a female in games?
It would-
whenever you have a choice.
But it would be more interesting to know if you are if you are one, do you
I'm
typically
doing-
play as the other, or
That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm a dude.
Dressed as another dude,
disguised.
Yeah, just say same opposite, right?
Like, what sex do you play? The same as yours or opposite? Just say
Exactly.
same or opposite.
Now, and again, and just to be respect, if anyone in chat does not want to, state whatever they are, you just put male or female. It does not matter to me. But I'm more interested on if you're a male or if you're a female. What do you choose to play? That's what I'm curious about because I've been there's a video that I have to show to you guys where someone explains like the subconscious attraction with like books and movies and video games and stuff like that, and someone broke down like the subconscious sexual attraction to characters where you're not actively horny while you're playing a game. So I'm not saying that if you're a dude and you choose to play as a female all the time, you're not doing it because you're going, oh my god, I'm just gonna be so horny the whole time playing the game. But like there is something with the human psyche that is, I would much rather look at a female if I'm attracted to female. Psyche.
Only if you're playing
Yeah.
Dead or Alive 3.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really curious. I'm really curious.
I have a lot of questions about this.
You have questions about this?
This seems like it's an actual study. Like they have
Yes.
they have actual
Why?
statistics and data and a decent sample size of people, and
It's not like a big time like America's study course or whatever, but it is someone delved deep into it. I'll find it and
so they
and
asked her
share it to you.
sister.
They're like, hey mom, do you like dudes? Like there it is. Anyway, because I know like Colt says I'm a chick. Because for me, I think what it comes down to, like, depending on the type of gamer that you are, like, I'm a dude, and hey, I just happen to be white, unfortunately. So I typically, if I have a choice, I will create a character that's a white dude. But that's because the type of gamer that I am. Because I sort of inject myself into the experience, create a character that would look like me if I was in the world. I don't make a character that looks like me, but it's like, this is what I would look like if I was in this world, if that makes sense. But some people are like, nope, I just want to...
And I'm like, I want to look at a cute guy the whole time I'm playing. Why do I want to look at a chick? Like,
Is that seriously how you feel?
yes.
Okay, see that's what I hear all the time. Like Maga said it, Colt said it. Everyone's like, why would I want to stare at a dude's butthole the whole time? I'm like, it's fine, man. It's totally fine.
I play as a guy. I play as a guy so I could put myself into that role.
Into that guy?
Same here.
I exclusively play male characters in games if there's a choice between male or female.
Okay.
The only time The only time I've tried playing a female character was Dragon Age Inquisition, because there's some actual gender things that make
Right.
it, like, I wanted to see the
There's
there's
scenes.
certain there's
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah, no, there's
It's okay.
no, there's I don't
We're
wanna
not-
spoil,
listen, it's
I don't
just
wanna
us here.
spoil things.
No one's else but here but the four of us.
I don't want to. So, the romance path with Solus, because he's such an integral part to the sequel. I wanted to see how that dialogue changes, because you can only have those interactions with him as a female character.
Okay,
You can't
right.
do it as a male character. I don't believe. So that's the only time I've tried playing as a female, and I didn't finish that playthrough.
So you and I are on the same, essentially the same side. Like you are a role-playing immersion type player. So whenever you create a character, you are injecting yourself into the world as who you are as a male. I'm frozen, I know. I'm gonna fix it. I'm thinking really hard, and I have this talent where I can talk without moving my lips.
You ventriloquist yourself.
Which actually it makes there is a psychological study that was done between guys and girls and how they interact with toys, and I forget
Oh, yeah?
because Jonas said seems there's two mindsets. Seems there's two mindsets. Some are role playing the character, others are watching their character play out the story as a spectator. And they did a study on male or boy and girl children, and the girls, when they were playing with toys as you know, young, like dolls, they always did things from an outside perspective, like more like The Sims. And the guys, when they played with their toys, they always did it as though they were the character that was doing these actions. So that actually goes well down, and they did actual studies on that, which was super interesting. So
Like I wanted when I was Commander Shepard, I was totally dude Shepard. I didn't want to be girl Shepard. I wanted to be dude Shepard. You know?
so
He was
that
hot.
psychologically is
Oh,
that's
yeah, he
imprinted when we're children.
Oh my god, he's so hot.
Yes, those
That's
2007
deep.
graphics.
Man, Shepard. Man,
Your mic is not.
I know, I
Mic
know.
wrong.
Your mic,
Okay.
your mic.
And
You sound like you're
boom.
inside
There
the
we go.
rift form in Gears of War 2.
Thank you. All right, everything should be good again. Sorry, I think my I'm not gonna say how much. This camera that I'm using is freaking out. I don't know why. He said I make red Shepherd. I'm so glad that there are people in chat who are taking this, like, we're having a conversation about this, because video games as a whole, it is an outlet, just like movies are and books are. It's an escape mechanism for us as human beings, and I'm always curious to hear people's thoughts on this kind of stuff, because people don't take it seriously. Not take it seriously, like, let's have a political discussion about male characters and female characters and character creation. It's video games, come on. But I am happy that we can have that talk here, because it's fun. It's fun. Jonas says,
Right.
some of us are horny when playing that. just actively rock solid the entire time that you're playing the I love it so much. Oh man.
You need to be ready for the bear in Baldur's Gate.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
Exactly.
You need to be ready.
DeMarco.
Oh,
Yeah, Donnie, thank you so much for keeping it chill in the chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're not, we're all about equality here. Equality? I don't know what words mean anymore.
quality.
Yeah, whatever. We don't care who
Anyway.
you are, what you are. We just love you. We're glad that you're here, that we can talk about video games in a free, safe space. Yeah. You know what else is free? Actually, you know what's not free? Video games, for the most part. And you know, a bunch of games got announced, and they're not free? It's a terrible segue. I'm the best. It's time.
You know what is free?
Yeah?
Liking the stream.
Woo! Let's go. That was great. I smacked my hands together so hard just now, it really hurt. And the only way to cure that pain is to hit like. Hit the like button, guys. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Loda says, by the way, very unexpected nudity. Still makes the deep. I am looking forward to that. Okay, well.
Oh, great. Now Red can play it.
I haven't played it yet. Yeah, so I think we're all gonna go jump on that game afterwards. Anyway, shout out to everyone in chat. I wanted to say how much I thank you guys. I thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for being here. Assassin, let's move on to some of the games that we missed from the showcases. Let's go for the biggest one first. Did we talk about Metal Gear, or that's the first one on my mind?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes, because remember when MBG came in our chat and was like, "Did you all talk about Metal Gear?" And we were like, "Yeah, like 10 minutes ago."
That's right. We just
Yeah,
now
we did
mentioned
talk about Metal Gear.
MBG. Every time we mention MBG, he shows up in chat. So MBG, appear. Alakazam.
Exactly. We did. You did a
Abracadabra.
whole video on Dragon Age. You did like 2 videos on Dragon Age.
I
Congrats
did.
on
One
the success
shit the
of those
bed,
videos,
and one
by
did
the way.
very well. But yes, go ahead. So you want to talk about Dragon Age now? Because I would love to do that.
Oh, we already talked about Dragon Age.
Oh,
and
okay,
whole
fuck me.
combat.
We could talk about the. Are we looking for topics, or are we just trying to?
So
Dick on
essentially,
spot.
we're
I
just
wanted to
we're
talk about
still
games
touching
coming
on.
next year.
Yes, we're talking about 2025 essentially now as a whole with things that are releasing that we're excited about, because there wasn't a whole lot of time with last week's podcast. We're trying to break down like 27 games or whatever it was, and there wasn't a whole lot of time to deep dive. So what I really wanted to do is touch on 2025 as a whole and things that we didn't talk about, which was
And I have a
Assassin's
list.
recommendation. So please continue.
All right. I have a list of video games coming in 2025. Some of these are not exactly as well known as others, but I'm going to try and hit the AA to AAA ones. Let's see. Well, it's kind of a mix, but... Alright. We're going in alphabetical order. Adam Fall. Remember
Yay!
British Fallout from the showcase?
That was
Rebellion.
in my top 3 for the showcase.
Rebellion, isn't that the Sniper Ghost Warrior team?
Dude,
If I
Rebellion
remember
has been
correctly.
around for so long, since like early 2000s. They've done so many games that I love. Like they did AVP, Aliens vs Predator game, that I loved. But yeah, let's talk about Adamfall. Holly, you sounded really, really excited.
Yeah, that was my 3rd favorite from the
Okay.
showcase.
Why?
Which
Be right back.
okay. It's from the Sniper Elite team, they're saying. Yeah, so I love Fallout. I loved Atomic Heart, and it makes me sad that so many people skipped that game because of the reviews. And then it was tough. Like the first hour, 2 hours of that game, I think kind of turned people off, and they didn't really, give it a proper go. But it was a fantastic game. It was really good. It was, it had jank. It was definitely AA, but it was like super good. The world was super cool. So the art style of Adamfall feels very much like Atomic Heart. It's like British countryside with mechs and Vascos. there were a lot of ones that looked like Vasco.
Yeah.
And then there was like a hint of mysticism with like this skeleton that looked like it was lit up with magic on the inside. And I just don't nobody knows what the heck that game actually is. And I love that because it has all of the elements of games that I really like. And I'm super excited to see more for that. I feel like everybody swept it under the rug and didn't pay attention. And that makes me sad for it, but I hope that over the next year they have, a lot more coverage for that game so it can at least have a chance.
That's great. A great way to describe it, because I need to... The reason that I didn't get in... I'll just make this really short. The reason that I didn't get into Atomic Heart is because I went into it with... I was like, oh, this looks so cool. I didn't hear any dialogue. I didn't see any cutscenes other than what they showed, like in the quick trailer. So, and then you see the art for the game where the dude's like looking super serious, and I'm like, yo, this is gonna be like a dark. Oh my
He
god,
looks like you.
He literally looks like me, but with
Yeah.
good hair. Yeah, and thank you. And then I played the game, and I need to go back into the game with this mindset because I did not expect this guy to be like, "What's going on?"
He's got
so
this
silly.
like smart ass attitude the
Super-
entire time. And it's
Yeah.
like it's good. It's a good attitude, but it also got like a little annoying by the end because you're just like, okay, not everything is such a smart ass comment,
Exactly.
right?
I'm like, stop being a dick about everything
Right.
you do.
Yes.
And so
But the story was good, and
Right.
the like world building was good. The puzzles were really hard. I loved it. Loved it.
right, yeah. Jax82, what's up, bro? He says Atomic Heart is like a BioShock, but man, if there was a character selection, I wouldn't have chose Phil Spencer. I mean, P3. He hates his job. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Was P3? We talked. Never mind. I don't want to get into it. But yeah, I need to get back into that. So Adamfall might be up my alley because it might be sort of what I was expecting out of Atomic Heart to begin with. DeMarco,
And Atomic Heart does take a while because when you first start, you're in like the main city, but you're learning, right? Like the world, you're learning who you are, what your boss is, because that's the storyline that really gets affected as you move into things in the rest of the game.
Right.
It's really good. Anyway, I'll stop talking about it.
No, it's
Go
okay.
play it, though.
I love it. Just love it. Love it. Love it. Let's see. DeMarco, do you care? You like Adams, right? You like them. They make you who you are. But you don't like when they
Atoms are
fall.
cool. The DC character Adam is pretty cool.
Ooh.
Falling, no, I'd rather they
Rise? Okay.
Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart. Yeah, I don't want Atoms to fall. I want them to go up.
Okay, good.
So Atomic Heart is fine. I haven't played it, so I'm speaking purely out of the reviews that I have used in order to inform my own opinion on whether or not it's worth my time. And I've heard mixed things in a crowded year of really good releases. It made it difficult to say, hey, this is really going to warrant the time. I liked it conceptually. I love the premise. To be honest, what turned me off a bit from it was the fact that it was open world, because I don't know if that really benefited the game at all.
It wasn't super open world, though. It had linear
No,
aspects.
I know it wasn't true open world, but it was hard to justify the time for that game when it came out very in the middle in an otherwise stellar year of releases.
Anyway,
Okay.
but Adamfall.
So Adamfall, yeah. Do you remember him?
Oh, we're not talking about the other game.
We're talking about Atom Fall, not Atomic Heart.
Oh my god. Oh.
I just
wow.
said it
Glad to know
reminded
how
me
you
of that.
feel. Yeah.
You guys are
We
still
got-
on Adamfall?
Nobody
We're
stopped
just
me.
now.
You guys
We're just now getting to Adamfall. Welcome to the
You
Renegade
guys
Realm
just let me
Podcast.
keep going.
Jesus.
If it didn't interest you, that's totally
Adamfall
fine.
looked great. No, Adamfall looked great. I loved what I saw with Adamfall. I'm really curious about that. You know what?
Cool.
You know what got me was King Styles said I thought Atomic Heart was pretty chilled, so my brain was just like, oh, okay, Atomic Heart. Let's talk about that. So it's actually your fault, King.
It's your fault.
No, Adamfall looked great. I love the style, of the tone. We did talk about this last week, though.
Okay. Assassin, do you want
my
to talk
thoughts
about
about
Adam Fall?
It looks good for what it is. I mean, I'd have to see a bit more of it, but I do like the tone and atmosphere that Rebellion is trying to display. It's just, again, most of the games that I'm anticipating for, again, they're not at the top of my list because I need to see more. And that goes with this, well, it goes with the one after this, but the next one, and I know DeMarco, Holly, and Jonas are going to like this one. After so much speculation, 2K announced Civilization 7 for next year, consoles and PC. Marco, you go on this one since you like the.
Let me just make the whole
Civilization.
screen
I talked
DeMarco.
No, I think I talked about this last week as well. I just
But
don't
not
want
on
to spend
the
time
podcast.
regurgitating.
Not on the
No, I
podcast.
think I did talk about it on the podcast. I believe, if I remember correctly, I had mentioned that Civilization is always a type of game where, one, I only got into Civilization, really got into Civilization with Civ 6. So I think that's an important caveat. But what I believe I said last week was that it's the type of game you want to wait for a while after it comes out, because then they're going to release all their expansions, and then they're going to release a bundle of those expansions that individually they're going to charge $35-$40 for, and then suddenly they're going to release all of them together for $20 for the entire game plus all the DLC. So it's hard to, and that's after many quality of life improvements that come after the fact as well, right? Because they're going to tweak things, they're going to change stuff, how factions work, probably all those post-launch updates to balance the game a lot better, bug fixes that are going to be undoubtedly necessary. So it's not, I'm so excited for Civ 6 several years after it's out.
7.
Okay. Well, hey, that's
Civ
a
7,
really
sorry.
fair.
Excited for Civ
that-
7 several
that-
years after it comes out.
I mean, and I really appreciate your honest take on something that you really love, because if that's how it usually is, then yeah. Because I mean, especially with, I mean, those games are really ambitious for. I mean, they're like the staple of the genre, right? Like of that type of genre. So people make games based on Civ 6, the same way that people make games based on Age of Empire, same way that people make games based on Call of Duty if it's a shooter, and so on and so forth, right? So I'm glad that you had that honest perspective on knowing that it's going to be a little rough in the beginning. Holly, Civ 7,
Holly?
were you turned on and excited when Sid Meier himself showed up on screen? Were you like, oh my god, that ascot? No, he wasn't wearing an ascot. I don't know. Yeah, were you excited with Civ 7? Sorry.
Yeah, I do really like these games. Jonas and DeMarco and I have been actually recently getting into Civ 6. Now there's all these packs, and it costs you $1 million to actually own all the parts of the game if you buy them from the store, like a proper person, which I don't. But then there's also like I totally agree with DeMarco, because there's always, every time a Civ game comes out, I feel like it's like, all right, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. Like, there's always so much trash talk about those games every time, and then it's years later and it's all good. Are you done with your rave?
No.
No? Get some more? Once? You want to once?
You want to uns? Yeah, we've been
I
talking
want-
about the atomic heart. Yeah, the uns.
Why do you have to say it like
Don't
that?
make me turn into Andrew Tate and take off my hat. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
please.
that'd be terrible. I'll take his money, but I won't take his. Anyway, go Assassin. Go ahead.
We Italians just
Well,
perpetually listen to crab rave 24/7.
Oh.
Well, Red,
Gotcha.
if you don't have any comments on Civ 7,
Nope.
then I don't, because it's not for me. I cannot get into games like that. It's a me thing. All right,
Yeah, I'm with you.
moving on.
Please.
We didn't talk about this game much last week because of all the first party overwhelmingness of that showcase, but Player Obscure Expedition 33.
Oh, bro, I'm so glad. As I type in 1,000, Lambger Taint. I love that. I love you, Donnie. Lambger Taint. Expedition 33, Clair Obscure, which apparently means twilight, right? Basically.
I don't know.
So
All I know is that when I watched a bunch of people react to the showcase, this was the one that made everybody go, it looks kind of boring, it looks kind of generic, and then all of a sudden the combat
Yep.
is like this flashy, very stunning looking Persona-like turn-based game. And then everyone's
Yes.
like, okay, now we're talking. And all these big boss fights, and it looks great, and it's a Game Pass game too. For those
Yes, it
that are
is.
unaware, it looks good. I want to play it so bad. And the narrator, Red, is Ben Starr from Final Fantasy 16. A little
It
bit
is.
of information there.
Ben Starr is a star. He's been a star for a while. He's in a lot of stuff. He's a great voice actor or actor. Holly, you speak French, right?
Oui, oui.
I love how that's what you. What? All right. There's children here watching.
Veux-tu my baguette?
So, no. Wait. Hang on. Seriously, don't you speak some French?
Oui.
Okay. Claire Obscure, that is Twilight, right? Isn't that essentially what that means? Or do you know? Or is that too
I've never heard that term.
fantastic? So
Pretty sure it's a name.
there
Yeah, I
used to
think it's
be
a name. I thought it was the name of the artist that was painting
Claire
away
Obscure.
these people.
Claire Obscure.
I have no
Oh.
idea. All I don't know is apparently the main story is basically you have to defeat the paintress every year. Once a year, she paints a number, and everybody that is the same age as that number dies. And with the human race dying out, you have to stop the paintress before she literally kills everybody. That's the main.
That
This
is
is the game.
Such a terrifying.
And again-
I love that so much.
This is a team of
It's
30
the
people.
Thanos
by the way.
snap all the time.
Right.
I was just watching. I was like, it's just the Thanos snap. What
I
are they
remember-
doing?
Yeah, I remember on the live stream, like, and Thanos, where's Thanos? Wasn't that you or someone that said that in the chat? Like, Thanos, where's Thanos?
But
Yeah.
no, it was Arcane. It was Arcane who said
Yeah,
that.
somebody.
Okay.
Fun
yeah.
fact: this team, Sandfall Interactive, this is their first game. It's a team of ex-Ubisoft developers. Interesting. How they were
Wow.
inspired by Final Fantasy, Persona, Golden Sun, the Tales series. They loved those games so much they wanted to make a Western version of it, and Expedition
Yeah.
33 is the result. And to be fair, it jumped onto a lot of people's wish lists when they showed it off.
Right.
Kudos to them on their first time, but like I said, first game since leaving Ubisoft. Congrats!
One of the best things about this, the way that this game looks is, or not just the way that it looks, sorry, but just the game in general, being a turn-based game. I love Persona games so much, and Persona might be my favorite turn-based combat because of its flow. It's just boom, 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 boom. At times it doesn't even feel like a turn-based game to you're like, wait, I need to heal or something like that. This game reminded me a lot of Persona in that aspect because of its pacing, but in this game it looks like you actually have to interact with live action. So like someone goes to attack you, you might have to parry or dodge and stuff like that. So you're much more engaged instead of just sitting there and waiting for things to happen or waiting for the enemy to beat the shit out of you or whatnot. So I love it. And you and I are big Persona fans now. Your entry was 3, mine was 5, and we're about to flip-flop. I'm about to go play 3, and you're about to go play 5. DeMarco, do you have any care, any hate, any love for this?
I'm really. No, you summarized it pretty well for me, right? It looks really cool. The turn-based part looks great. I was very surprised and taken back by it, like many others, when it was shown. So, everything looks awesome.
Everything is
Are you gonna
okay.
play it though? Is the question.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's a no.
That's
Yeah.
not a no. That's
He's like, is there a Skyrim mod for it?
There will be mods for everything.
I learned this
Uh,
from Marco. If he doesn't say yes, it's a no. I've
that's
learned that about
not
the
true.
Really? Give me an example where it isn't true.
There's one. there's that time where.
Okay,
While
good.
you think on that, Marco
where
Tinker, Holly,
I'm gonna end this. Sorry, I forgot to end this poll. Sorry, everyone. Let's see. Dudes, female, and female. I'm a chick, so it's majority dudes, and 24 votes. I'm a chick. Okay. That's so.
That's what I
interesting.
was looking for about 35 seconds ago.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, the cricket.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay, sorry. Holly, do you
What do
care
you think
about
of
this?
Expedition 33?
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. It looks really good. The scene that really excites me is that when you see that boss that looks like kind of like a mega Cuphead thing, and it's like got an arm and it's swooshing. It's like a really quick scene in the trailer. That looks really good to me. The combat was not what I was expecting, but I'm interested in it as somebody who's interested in that type of combat, but not in the type of games that it usually comes in. So I think it hits all of the right notes for me.
Watch this game be the very game that gets a ton of more people invested in the turn-based genre, Red. Oh my
I
God,
mean,
I
the
love this
thing
game.
is,
And
like-
and the rest of us are like, play Persona, it's just like this. And they're like, really? Oh shit, it is.
It's the thing, man. Like Persona opened my eyes to. It gave me a perspective that I didn't have before. Like, I'm not really into like anime stuff to begin with. So like Holly, like I'm like really put off immediately when I see it. But like, it kept getting referenced for years and years and years. Shout out to Mr. Matty Plays who like loves the game, and I was like, shut up, fine, I'll play it. Finally played it, and I was like, let me wait. Like, I don't want to like force myself into this, and I waited until I was like, let me try this, and it clicked for me. It gave me a new perspective on not only the culture, but also the genre with turn-based combat. So hopefully that's what this does for people who are not into the turn-based. Let's pick one more. That's a good old big one. Since we're short on time, Assassin.
Red. You want
Yeah.
me to pick one more out of this entire Jesus.
The thing is, man, we can hold on to this list until next time, and we can just keep on touching on some games that we didn't have time for to begin with. You know how it goes, baby. Baby.
Not really.
Okay.
Fine. If I'm gonna have to pick one out of all these, let's talk about the big one. The one that's gonna dominate the conversation next year. It's gonna be Game of the Year contender. It's already gonna win tons of awards. It's gonna sell millions and millions and millions of copies. When we finally learn the story of Jason and Lucia in Grand Theft Auto 6. Let's just get the big fish out of the way. Anybody excited for this except for me? Anybody?
Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto 6. 2025.
That's like saying, do you guys like water or liquid? I think.
Well, from the looks of enthusiasm from DeMarco and Holly, I'm assuming that you and I are the only ones.
No, I think DeMarco is even gonna get into it. I think DeMarco talked about that he was excited to play it.
I think he talked about how much he hates Rockstar Games and their monetization so much he's not going to play it.
DeMarco.
I don't know.
Or was
where
that
you
somebody
got
else?
that.
Bad.
I mean, I do. I don't know where you got that. I do hate their monetization. I think it's
It's
although
insane, yeah.
No, their shark cards are completely out of control.
Amen
And it's
to
also
that.
2K, right? So 2K is really even worse with it. So it looks cool. Grand Theft Auto for me has always been that title that I pick up. Again, I pick it up when it's on sale for Grand Theft Auto title takes a while to go on sale, but I'll get it when it's $40 instead of 70. You know, I don't need to be an early adopter of that. I won't buy into the zeitgeist of a Grand Theft Auto release. To be honest, I'm gonna really put a bad label on myself here, but I've always been amazed by the fact that Grand Theft Auto is as wildly popular as it is. Like the fact that this game comes out and it is just the massive juggernaut that it is, where it's the largest game release even beyond I was gonna say Call of Duty,
Elder
which
Scrolls
is
6.
true, but no, like I understand it's bigger than Elder Scrolls because you have fantasy versus something that's a lot more modern and just appeals to a wider audience. So I get that, but the scope and scale of attention that these games get has always bewildered me personally, because I never thought that they did anything so unbelievably exceptional and revolutionary that it warranted that level of praise. Like, they're great games. I'm not trying to undermine that they're phenomenal games. They are. But, I don't know. Maybe some people will get me. Maybe some people won't.
Okay. Holly, are you... Now,
Holly doesn't care.
Holly, now I know... Holly and I have a plan. We haven't even talked about this for like a month. To have a whole special podcast about Red Dead Redemption 2 because we both love that game so much. But do you feel the same? Well, that's a loaded question. Do you like GTA for some of the same reasons, at least, that you appreciate at least the systems of Rockstar games in general, like you did with Red Dead?
I've never played a GTA.
No, let's...
All right, well, I guess that's the end of the
All right, welcome to the
show.
Renegade. Well, that's the end of the show.
Yep. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys later. No. Kidding.
Bye.
Oh.
He played the outro.
No, look, they're great
Wow.
games. They're... What, Assassin?
No, I was just, I'm just amazed. Holly, you've never played Grand Theft Auto?
No.
Holy crap!
Nope.
That honestly didn't. That honest. I'm at a loss for words. I'm like Red.
All right,
this time.
Assassin, you haven't played Mass Effect, so
Yeah,
tit for
motherfucker.
tit.
Listen, chat.
Hey,
This
hey.
assassin character hasn't played Mass Effect,
Oh, for
doesn't give
God.
a shit, doesn't care, doesn't love me, doesn't love DeMarco, doesn't love anyone but himself because he won't play Mass Effect. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Please continue.
I don't have a thing against it. I just haven't played one. I will probably play this because it's GTA and everybody talks about it and is obsessed with it, and it's fine. And you know, I should try one eventually. I actually did buy GTA 5 for PC because it was like $15 at one point in time. I just haven't played it.
Yeah, look,
So.
you're not alone. Let's see. King Style said, I played GTA but could never get into it. Lotus says, me neither. I saw a preview and was instantly turned off. Someone else said, sorry, I lost it. But yeah, you're not alone is what I'm trying to say. So GTA is such a staple in gaming because it did what a lot of games, it did a lot of things first. Okay, it did a lot of things first, very early on. Open world, that kind of thing. I mean, first and foremost, open world with a lot of agency in terms of just where you want to go, who you want to kill, and just being the bad guy because you're always the bad guy in GTA. But maybe this one will have a little bit more emotion in it, because it does seem to be like a love story, which could be turn out very tragic because you're bad guys. So maybe this will bring in some more people, which I'm hoping that with the marketing, like people like Lotus and King Styles in chat, you know, they say it's a GTA game, I'm not into it, but hopefully they could market it in a way to show people that the story might draw you in a little bit more. It's not just going to be a bunch of silly chaos and stuff like that, because GTA is not a Saints Row. It does have a lot of heart to it whenever it wants to, but it never leaned into it the way that Red Dead did. So this one does look like it is sort of a mix between the way that Red Dead balanced the seriousness and the silliness was really well done, and it never took you out of it. So I'm hoping that that's what we get with GTA 6. So for me, that's what I'll say about GTA 6 is that, yeah, I'm really excited about it. And, yeah, it's going to sell 40 million copies in the first weekend. So that's a real number,
That
by the way.
Is
So.
probably not an exaggeration. But that's exactly the thing that's always surprised me about it, though, is again, I'm not trying to undermine the popularity of these games or that they're bad games. Like, they are incredible games. I love GTA 5. I've had so much fun in Grand Theft Auto 5, although it's another game I've never beaten. And I've also had so much fun in GTA Online. Like, I loved it. I like just Especially, oh, dude, you and I, Red, are going to be on the complete opposite sides of the spectrum. But when they put in the first-person mode, and you can just walk around Los Santos in first person and see
I
the whole
loved
world
that
from that view, and then
No, I loved
I
it.
loved it. I loved it so much. So I love
Yes.
these games. I think they're phenomenal, and that's not even speaking to the cultural impact that they've had, just in general. I mean, you could speak to that strictly from a satirical perspective, or you can speak to that in a perspective of how it's influenced other titles, like you mentioned before,
Yes.
open world, right? And I remember
Yes.
watching a small documentary about when they released, was it Grand Theft Auto 3 or Vice City? When Grand Theft Auto went like real kind of 3D open world, I think it was, for the first time. Developers didn't want to take a chance on it because it was just this out there idea that nobody would want to play, and obviously they were dead wrong because it went off to be one of the most successful games ever, and that's one of the early Grand Theft Auto titles. So don't want to undermine any of that, but the fact that it sells, I'm curious how many people, like Holly, you were saying, are just in that moment of, hey, well, literally everybody's playing it, so I'm just gonna go get Grand Theft Auto, and then they do, and they play it 3 or 4 times, and they enjoy those 3 or 4 times, but they said, no, I just kind of got it because literally everybody else, my entire friends list just said GTA, 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 every single one on the list. And they're like, I just got it as well. So I'm very curious how much, which it does, but how much that contributes to its sales.
Yeah, I don't get like the way that GTA moves the entire industry is just so
That's what I'm saying,
strange to me. Yes. And not like you're coming from a perspective where you've even played it, so you know, and you're still like, And for me, I'm just like, what about this could be that monumental, right? Like, if you played Red Dead Redemption 2, like you understand, right? Like that series, and then you're just like, and that was like a blip, right? Like it didn't move mountains in the way that GTA does. So it's just interesting to me.
I am asking the audience, what do you think about GTA 6? Because whenever
we just end it here.
I'm sorry.
We just end it here by just saying what's our most anticipated game of next year. Pick one.
All of them.
All right, glad I have background music on. There's the poll. I just want to know real quick what you guys think about GTA. Most anticipated game on that list. That, well, you mean in 2025
On the
in
list
general?
that we didn't even finish? Yes.
Yeah, State of Decay 3. State of Decay 3.
That is not confirmed. Try again.
Fable. That is not confirmed. Oh man. I guess it would be GTA. If GTA 6 is on the list, then yeah, I don't think GTA is coming next year. I don't. I think it's coming. I think it's coming early 2026. But I don't know, Holly. What's your most anticipated game of 2025? If Gears E-Day is part of that list, I will say that's my pick. By the way.
Is not.
So mine is, if Judas is 2025, then Judas would be my 2025 pick.
Okay.
If it's not, it would be Doom.
Oh, Doom. Oh.
That was the next one I was gonna get into, Red. I was going in alphabetical order, and Doom was next.
Sham it. Even people in chat were like, talk about Doom. We all love Doom. All of our reactions for Doom were the exact same as everyone else on the internet. We were screaming, pooping, peeing, laughing, crying. We were just like, yo, this looks amazing. This looks amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Marco,
We're very excited.
what's your pick?
I'm looking at.
You can yawn.
Go on.
Let it out.
2025 game releases. I'm trying to look at upcoming 2025 releases just because I can't remember all of them.
Let me just do quick quick talk, okay?
Right now,
Let's
probably
see. Doom: The Dark Ages, Dragon Quest, Dynasty Warriors, Fable, Fatal Punk, Frag Punk, GTA 6, Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra, Little Nightmares 3, Metroid Prime 4, Monster Hunter Wilds, Pokemon Legends Z through A, Professor Layton, Slay the Spire 2, South of Midnight, Winterboro, Wuchang Fallen Feathers. There.
Okay.
Doom the Dark Ages.
Okay,
Top that
easy.
list.
Doom.
Easy.
100%. Easy.
Classic.
Yeah,
I only
Doom,
play
Doom.
Bethesda games.
Yeah,
Dude,
it looks amazing.
I'm just saying, I'm sorry that Bethesda happens to make some of the best or publish some of the best games in the industry. It's not my fault.
Yeah, like
Go
you said,
complain to them
publish.
about it.
Well,
Bethesda Game Studios.
Published.
Bethesda Game Studios, Bethesda Softworks. We gotta be where we are a professional podcast. We need to be accurate about the information we convey.
Yes.
So they both Bethesda Game Studios makes fantastic games, and Bethesda Softworks publishes them because they're
Publishes
not one and
great
the
games.
same. Ergo,
Ergo. That'd be a really
Right,
good
so-
like plain delivery service. Ergo. But it's spelled like
Alright, so DeMarco chooses Doom.
EIRH go as in go like GEAU
Oh
like
boy.
the French.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
I love this.
Moving
I
on.
love this for us. Go ahead.
Alright, so DeMarco chooses Doom. Holly chooses Judas. If not, then Doom as well. Red, are you sure you're gonna pick? What was your pick?
dude,
I don't remember.
you said E-Day.
Yeah, it'd be
said
ge-
State
no,
of Decay.
it would be State of Decay. Yeah, if that's coming out.
That is not confirmed for 2025.
I would honestly say Dragon Age, but I think that's supposed to be coming out this year. So
Yeah. It's fall.
Apparently it is, but it wouldn't surprise me if BioWare delayed it.
I know that's what I'm thinking too. So I'm not sure. What's up, Steve-O? Thanks for jumping in, bro. I would say, yeah. I would say State of Decay if it's coming out, and if it's not coming out, then it definitely is Doom because why would you say
Jesus
anything other
Christ, so
than
much Doom love in here. I need to give the audience some variety.
Yeah.
Well, before the showcase, it was Grand Theft Auto 6. After the showcase, what else could it be? It's Fable.
Hey, I just got
Playground
some
game.
great news, by the way. Jonas will be really happy to hear this. YouTube has just notified me that my copyright claim has been released. That's right. All the hard work that Jonas put into the intro video of the podcast is not for naught. The podcast can officially be monetized. Well, it won't be monetized because of our foul-mouthed host, DeMarco. But that is really
Because of his Mario comments.
and it's Mario.
Mario
Every time
really
he
got
says
us.
when he says
Wanna
Mario,
go in
YouTube's
for
like
Mario
demonetized.
Party.
So anyway, I just wanted to announce that. So that's really great news. Officially, I'm
Honestly,
not
the worst
copyright claimed.
Italian habit. The worst Italian habit. I do arms. I do tons of arms. But the worst, and people in my family do this, is when Italians talk, and every time they talk, they always slam their hands on the counter as they're saying whatever, and they just keep. I don't know if you can hear me banging the desk, but that is the most
Do it again.
irritating habit to when you're just talking to someone, and every time you talk to someone, they're always just slamming their desk.
I can see your
about
camera
whatever that
shaking,
They
but
say
I
they
can't
have
hear
to
it.
put emphasis. It's oh my god, that people. I have family members who do that, and it drives me up a wall. I'd
Not
rather
for
do
not.
this.
Like, what's going on, guys? So in today's video, what we're gonna do is
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, now let me end this poll. Looks like look at that. 41% of people like they want to give it a try, and 40% of people that they might try it. I'm really interested. Sorry, not I'm really interested. I'm really intrigued by that statistic. Because I'm just a stupid asshole. I just assumed that everyone loved GTA and like, it's like, if you like shooters, then you like Call of Duty, but that's not the case. That's not always the case. So, anyway, fantastic. Okay, listen. we've had such a great time tonight. Chat, don't go anywhere. Chat, I want you guys to do me a favor. We're going to start ending the show, and I want you guys to say the most ridiculous thing that you possibly can in chat. I want you to say a statement that doesn't make any sense, but it makes you feel good. I challenge you. And while I'm doing that, DeMarco, where can people find you, man?
I just like that everyone's not. I think it's hysterical, the Italian comments. I genuinely, I don't get offended by this. I don't get offended by this stuff. I just actually think it's hysterical. It's a me, DeMarco.
Hey.
So, you can find me at my new channel, It's a Me, DeMarco, where it's an Italian pasta cooking channel. I do weekly pasta reviews, so you can check that out whenever you want. That's the new content. So anyway, links in the description below to YouTube and Twitter, and maybe eventually I'll make a YouTube video again.
Fantastic.
We'll see.
I love that. King Styles kicks it off by saying, I'm a farting factory. So thank you, King Styles. I'm a farting factory. I love that. Toxic Butt
I
Wind.
love Lamp.
I love that Toxic Butt Wind and King Styles switch places, because Toxic Butt Wind should have said, I'm a farting factory. I love that so much. I love Lamp. I love that for you. Go ahead. Holly, where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm that blue number everywhere. It's a me. It's a me, a bluey. And I am home now for the long haul, thank goodness, and I'm gonna be playing Still Wakes the Deep and maybe some Gears with somebody who's very desperately behind and needs to catch up on the series.
I'm so excited now that you've broken my chains.
I've never played a Gears game before.
You did. I said it
can't
before the
believe
show
that
started. I
we
said,
all
Holly
have
has
campaigns
broken
in
my
multiple
chains.
months.
That's right. Be free,
Yes.
child.
Thank
we
you.
shall do the thing. And then Still Wakes the Deep. I'm gonna try to finish that by Friday. I months
I've heard
ago
it's on a long game,
ordered.
right?
It's only like 7 hours. I think I saw online today.
Oh yeah, easy. That's a weekend.
Well, I pre-ordered that Elden Ring Collector's Edition a few months ago,
Oh,
and
fuck.
I saw that it shipped, but I have to wait for that to get my code.
So you're in the Baldur's Gate 3 fucking camp that Assassin and I were in for the past 9 months or whatever. Oh my god.
And I didn't get to tell you guys about in LA. I got to meet Sven, the
I saw the
CEO
pictures.
of Larian.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like this fucking
yeah, he
tall.
did.
I was like,
Oh, and
Yeah.
he weighs about 12 pounds.
right,
And
yeah.
DeMarco, I stood there and I talked his ear off for like 15 minutes talking about you and playing Baldur's Gate with you.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. I'm sure that's what he loves to hear other people.
with me.
Yeah, I want to. You're never around. I'm like, I really want to.
No, it's Sven.
He gave me a taste of the game, and then he's just like fucked off. Like, I don't know where this dude went, and I'm like, I want to play Baldur's Gate. Like, and I'm like, I don't want to play without him.
Oh my god.
So
I
You
hope you
talked
guys
negatively
know-
about me. You didn't talk about how much fun I am to play it.
I talked to Sven for. No, I didn't tell him any of that stuff. I was like, so my friend, and like I was on and on. I said I finally got to play it, and I told him thank you for the physical edition for you two hosers.
Thank you.
And
What?
I told him that I'm only playing it multiplayer, and he was like, oh, he was really, really excited to hear that I was playing it multiplayer instead of just soloing it. And he's like, yes, this is a good way to play. And
These good ways to play.
yes. And I told him, and my friend was playing with our other friend, and I told him I'm a super nerd. Like, I play all of these like tabletop games with my other friends, so we do like all of these massive like rolling and like, you know, attack modifiers and all that stuff, so I understand how all that stuff works. And I said my friend was really happy about it because when he played with our other friend, he said he didn't understand what the hell was going on. He said, just telling him how He was like, oh yeah, he was so excited to hear that I was playing multiplayer. He was excited to hear that like I was coming from a background of understanding attack modifiers and how like decisions have consequences and all that stuff, right? And like it was fun talking at him for 15 minutes.
Did you at least share the character names? Baron von Biggins.
I did not. And cotton candy.
The gigantic monk dragonborn Baron von Biggins with the tiny halfling cotton candy.
I told Red about Baron von Biggins, and he was like, well, "I knew it because he was talking about."
He can't not be, because I'm like, you guys are so like, you're like the perfect group to be playing this game together. Because I'm like, I can't take you seriously, DeMarco, and he's like, what? You can't take Gus Grimley seriously? And he's like the super powerful dwarf, and he's like, hang on, let me speak to the dead. And I'm like looking down at him, and I'm like, I can't take you seriously, man. It's so good. I love it so much.
DeMarco druid.
DeMarco constantly makes fun of Cotton Candy and how short she is. Okay,
right.
So I understand. And I told Red about how I was always saying that I'm gonna skin you alive one night while you're sleeping for your gold skin so that I can sell it. And yeah, anyway, it was a good time. So I talked to Sven about you and Red and us playing Baldur's Gate for a very, very, very long time, and I think he enjoyed it a lot.
That is so good.
I hope you know that I'm going to take
awesome.
this entire conversation out of context.
Yes,
And I'm gonna
you
tag
do
Sven
it, baby. I love it. I love it.
I'm going to text Sven, and he's going to be like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. He's like,
Tell him, make sure you let him know. Clip in that I want to play Baldur's Gate with him. I'll roleplay so hard.
He's
I'll
like,
be your
I'll leave
slave,
Cotton
Sven."
Candy and Red Wolf in the dust. Who cares?
I will roleplay in ways he's never seen roleplay before.
I love it. He appreciates our passion. So there we go. Assassin, where can people find
It's
you,
the best
bro?
RPG ever made.
You can find me on... God damn it. I keep thinking about this. Yeah, okay. Okay. You can find me on Twitch at Assassin52. It's in the description. I think it works, Red. I haven't tested it. Should take you to my Twitch page. You can find me there. I'm going to be streaming pretty much every night. Or every night as I possibly can. And you can follow me on YouTube as well, because I'll be taking clips from those streams and putting together a little video. Now that I have some editing experience, I may not have as much as Marco or Red, but I have my own flavor of uniqueness.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. You can also find me on Twitter at Assassin52 as well. All of our links are in the description down below.
Hey, Red,
yeah.
real fast.
Yeah.
Jonas asked you to do something real quick while we're still in the program.
I will check that out
in the chat.
I wanted to go through these funny little things. King Style says, I'm a farting factory. Okay. Toxic Butt Wind. I love Lamp. I love that. Lotus Esprit says, Eminem said he identifies as... Hang on. Can I say this out loud? Hang on. Yeah, I can say it. It's fine. Eminem said he identifies as black and his cat is transgender. Does that count? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a fair reaction to Marco. And then immediately after, American Fury says, "I might be the blackest person in the chat by default," and we love that. Thank you, American Fury. You're such a cool dude. Noy says Ted is sitting on the remote for the last hour now. That's why I've been like positioned like this the whole time. My shoulders are up. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. So thank you for that. Yadani Kazada says Ted sits on his remote and tries to not. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. Let's see. Who else did I miss? I think that's it. All right, now we're back to Jonas. What did Jonas say?
Oh Jesus, King Styles. Jesus.
He
Should
wants
I be
a
concerned if my
screenshot.
daughter says, I'm going to.
That is not age appropriate. That is not appropriate.
I need an adult.
That'd be really concerning if it was a Nintendo 64 controller.
Yes, let her enjoy it, Kingstop. Okay, at least Greg jumped in there. Okay, I'm missing. Okay, but there's time to play DeMarco. I'm sorry. What, Holly? What did I miss that Jonas said?
Jonas would like for you to just make sure to take a screenshot of Discord.
Oh, I can do that right
It's
now.
in the podcast chat.
Yep.
I just
Boom.
want to make sure that you catch that before we hang up.
Boom.
Right, Jonas?
Boom.
There you go.
All right, I did it.
Roasted. Boom. Roasted.
Boom. Like, I think I did it. Everything paused and froze, so that was good. Fantastic. I was going to take my hat off at the end of the show, but I'm not going to do that to you guys. That'd be terrible and scary for everyone. All right.
Do it off camera, and I'll get off camera.
No, it's fine. I said I was
Don't
gonna
be
do
that guy who said he was going to turn on a camera and never turned on a camera.
it. Exactly, Assassin. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. We'll
The
do it
guy who
live.
literally tried to get out of taking off his hat as
What
soon as we hit
is
1,000.
Assassin's song? Wait, what is Assassin's song to sing to you while you do this?
Sing me a song
Son
while I
of a
do
bitch,
while I take my
no.
hat off. Yep, sing me a song.
Walking in slow motion as you turn around. I don't know the rest of these lyrics.
Come on, you gotta sing the chorus, man.
You fucked the whole
don't remember
reveal
the
up,
lyrics.
and instead of me playing Halo theme song, this is what I get. There you go. There you go, everyone.
Okay, fine. Halo theme song.
Chief?
There we go.
There you go, everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and hit the like button on your way out. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
I should go.